Welcome back, everybody. Sive here with forexpeacearmy.com. Let's, guys, have a look what's going on your currency. So in the weekend, we said that market, although it gives some hints, some here and there, some bullish signs, but they're, well, a bit of blur and not evident. Performance doesn't show the signs of the reversal thrust or something like this that we usually would like to see when we're preparing for taking the long position. And we said that let's wait a bit more and see what will happen, because the context is not sufficient for position taking. We need a bit better confirmation, a bit more guarantees and signs of the possible reversal. Currently, on the daily chart, you could see that market is moving down back to the lows that has been formed here. And the pattern that we discussed on the weekend on the hourly chart, it has worked nice, but it was short-term, so it has reached the minimum target and markets returned back to the downside action. On the 4 time frame chart, a couple of things to consider. You can see this downward action stance. Trend remains bullish on the 4 time frame chart. Divergence stands in place. Market starts playing with the grabber. So theoretically, it might appear, but it will not make any big difference just because it's local grabber. It's just taken out of the top. And this will happen only if it will work. But still, this is the pattern that you theoretically could keep an eye on. In the current circumstances, personally, I do not want to trade it because it's appearing here in the current moment. It's a bit irrational. Here is why. So I have big doubts that it will work. On the hourly chart, if you take a look carefully, here's what's going on. Our head and shoulders. Well, in general, it was formed nicely. So you can see this shoulder has been formed precisely as the point that we discussed. ABCD pattern to the upside has been completed. So hand shoulders has not failed. It's worked nice. But now you can see what's going on. Market is turning right back down. So it has not become a reversal pattern. It was just a local reaction, local small pattern has been triggered. That's all. And a couple of moments to consider. First of all, after this solid upward thrusting action, market immediately has erased it. This is not a good sign. So definitely not in the basket of the bullish signs. Pullback market right now is going lower. So with this ABCD pattern in place, we could get catalyst triple to buy, and here is also minor butterflies forming, so it might be finalized. This action back to the 117.50 might be finalized with this catalyst triple 2. So in the current circumstances, it's more reliable if we will keep an eye on something like this. This is in general if market will reverse at all, because the story with Iran is still on the table. It's not resolved yet. And how it will be resolved, it's still a big question. If the showdown starts, then probably hardly euro will get some relief, because market still will keep demand for the United States dollar and the safe haven assets, because this will be a ground operation. It's suggest casualties and so on. So this will be no good story actually for any side. And in the current circumstances, it seems that kind of the double bottom here, it's more probable scenario rather than some reversal somewhere in the middle, moving back up with a grabber and so on. That's why in the current circumstances, based on the way how market performs with the attempt of the reversal, how fast it has been erased, appearing of the grabber here, well, it raises some questions. What theoretically you could do if you're an intraday trader and you still would like to, you like this pattern, you think that probably you could try to take it. It's very simple. So you could watch for minor reversal patterns around this level. So you can see currently some kind of the bullish engulfing pattern is forming. Maybe on a 5-minute chart, within the few minutes, half an hour, maybe you will get clear bullish reversal pattern. Maybe market will form here the head and shoulders. For instance, it might be shorter, market will drop slightly lower, complete the 127 extension with the butterfly, returns that back up, and at the same time will keep grabber valid. will not erase it. So just shadow here will be a bit lower. Why not? Theoretically, you could try, because your stop will be very close to invalidation point. Minimal stop, I think that no more than the 15-20 pips. In such circumstances, when you have the chance to get the upper direction above this area, which is around 1830, 1835, with the so small risk, it makes sense. So risk-reward ratio will be attractive. So theoretically, you could try to consider it. But for a bigger picture that we are talking about currently, it's this performance. Well, I think that it doesn't have a lot of chances to be formed actually. I'm just a bit confused with this downside action, that it's a bit fast, and appearing of the grabber when the market is coming down, the retesting of the lows. Well, it's not quite logical in the current situation. So as a bottom line, if you're a scalp trader, you would like to try to trade this grabber, it's no problem. It might be interactive and interesting. For a bigger picture, for the daily and intraday basis, we think that it makes sense to wait for double bottom pattern and completion of this 1750. I am not even exclude the chance that we will get some minor spike here. I don't know, maybe some data will be released, or maybe tomorrow it will be a speech of the Donald Trump to the nation, who could say a lot. So it also might be some volatility here, because you can see the XLP has not been completed, and here these targets, this butterfly also has not been totally completed. So some spikes seems logical. Well, and then we will see whether we will get this double bottom or not. That's towards the plan for a couple of sessions.